Ever wonder why so many bassists manage to sound massive live without actually hauling a monstrous, back-breaking fridge cabinet around? Well, a huge part of that secret usually traces right back to a little rack unit sitting quietly in the backline. What we have here is the Tech 21 SansAmp RBI, which is essentially the legendary bass driver pedal blown up into a sturdy one-unit metal chassis and given some serious muscle under the hood. When you pull this black box out of the shipping carton, that cool, slightly industrial metal weight immediately tells you it was built to survive life in a touring rack, not just sit pretty in a studio. Turning the knobs feels satisfyingly stiff, which means settings won't get knocked out of place when the van hits a pothole on tour. Now, what makes this analog preamp genuinely special isn't just that it mimics cranked tube stacks. It gives total control over the mid-range, a feature the original pedal famously left out. That dedicated mid-knob changes everything, letting a bass cut straight through a loud guitar mix without sounding honky or thin. Dialing in the drive and presence pots lets a player shift smoothly from a warm, woolly vintage thump to a modern, aggressive clank that sounds like fresh piano strings. Granted, managing the gain staging takes a little patience because the blend control interacts heavily with the drive circuit. So finding that sweet spot between clean punch and gritty snarl takes a few minutes of tweaking. But once it clicks, the sheer flexibility is staggering. Need to skip the heavy amp entirely for a club gig? The rear panel is loaded with options, including an XLR output with selectable levels that runs straight into the house PA with zero fuss. There's also a clever effects loop featuring a 50-50 mix switch, making it a breeze to run time-based effects in parallel without washing out the low end. Some players might wish it had a built-in power section instead of needing 20 watts of external gear to push a cabinet, but keeping it purely as a preamp keeps the unit lightweight and adaptable. Whether rolling up to a recording session with just this metal box in hand and plugging straight into the console, or running a traditional power amp rig while sending a pristine signal to the soundboard simultaneously, this device just makes getting a great tone effortless. It sounds expensive, feels indestructible, and honestly solves about half the headaches a gigging bass player deals with on any given weekend.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.